Welcome to the Uncommon Sense Podcast, and I am Jay Howard, along with Big Brother Mo Better. That would be the one, the only Michael B. Wright Sr. right here. Michael B., what's going on, man?
What's going on, Jay Howard? My brother.
Brother, what ain't going on, bro?
I told you, man, get your passport player. We gotta go.
You told me also to get my popcorn ready because I see that Musk and Trump.
Oh, the bro romance done busted up, ain't it?
The bro romance is busted up.
Oh man,
you
knew
what's coming. I can
kind
of understand Trump's side now. I can kind of understand his side. It's like, bruh, I done gave you everything. Why are you tripping on this one bill?
There's no honor among thieves, as they say.
You got that
what
right.
that is, player.
You got
there
that
is
right.
no honor among thieves.
Among thieves, Doc. And you talking about the biggest one.
Too big of one, boy.
Yes, sir. So, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now we talking about uncommon sense, man. Uncommon sense in these days, brother. Man, oh man. And man, you brought up a topic. You buckle up, buttercup. Here we come. Here we go. I'm telling you. You brought up a topic here. The shady world of surveillance pricing. Now, right?
Yeah, player.
Surveillance pricing, man. What is that?
Basically, man, when you break it down, and it's two forms of it. Like this one we're going to deal with here has to deal with, when you go on your websites and you're searching stuff on your phone, third party information, they're gathering your searching information. You tap on a website, you look at a particular product, and what they're basically doing, man, is saying what's going to be your pain point. We know how much you're willing to pay for something, how far we can push it. And so basically companies, retailers are actually telling you online whatnot how much you're going to pay based on your history, So one person can pay $200 for the same TV, you turn around and pay $300 because they figured out with your searching and stuff like that.
Right.
They figured out that you're willing to pay a little bit some more because you don't know exactly what you've done, but you know you've been tracked. So that's what it is, man. That third party situation. That's why I'm saying your digital self is something serious. It's data mining, Again, that's when people don't recognize. That's why they tell you so much when you do your searches. Try to do it on the engines far as different IPS and all the good stuff, so you kind of mask your identity. But still, you can get around that. But the key thing, But the key thing is them apps, man. Those apps that folks have downloaded to their phones. A lot of folks don't know that stuff is tracking your information. To track your location. They track. That's why when you walk into a store, 15 minutes later you walk out, and now you're getting ads from that store and stuff like that. So it's wild. But that's data mining, man. That's how they're doing things now. And even with in certain things like Kroger, they got these digital pricing, man, where they got this digital thing out there, and then those prices changes and stuff like that, man. This is weird, scary, man. This is Twilight Zone how they're doing this stuff, man. But retailers have figured out, man, how to price this stuff and how to come at you a different way. And that's where we are now, man. Yeah.
So they coming out knowing your method of buying, actually. So when they know your method of buying, then they say, okay, we can get them here.
That's weird. And that's the scary part, man. You don't know, your apps, your searches, all the good stuff. That's why, I turn off my locator on my phone and stuff like that, man. Because when I start figuring out, I walked in the Tractor Supply, and then like 10 minutes later, I'm getting all these ads. I'm like, what the heck? What's going on there, Blair?
I was just something. I wouldn't,
man. And then found out that certain apps was tracking you as far as like your insurance premiums and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, bro. So that's I think again, we're in this space of, again, when we're talking about data mining and your digital footprint. You're in a space, man, where you don't know how much your information is being tracked and who's buying it, and how's it being used for and against you. But right now it's more against than for.
Right.
So it's wild, man. It's wild. You got to be careful, real careful, man.
Well, here's a beautiful beam footage that's going to explain this whole thing. And it's scary, like Wright said, right here on Uncommon Sense.
Corporations have a shady new way to charge you more for something than anyone else is paying. It's a tactic called surveillance pricing. To explain it, here's one of the top experts on the subject, former Federal Trade Commission Chair, Lena Khan.
Imagine you're at your local electronics store, buying a new TV for $500. You might think you're getting a good deal, but as the cashier rings you up, you notice someone else buying the exact same TV for $400. And the customer next to them, they're only paying $350. As far as you can tell, there was no special discount available, no loyalty card that could explain this. So what gives? You'd be outraged. You would demand to know why you were being charged more than someone else for the exact same TV on the exact same day. Well, what if I told you that corporations may already be doing this when you shop online? You see, every day our phones and devices collect massive amounts of personal data on us. And now, businesses may be using this trove of personal information to charge each of us a different price for the exact same product or service. When I was chair of the FTC, we launched an investigation into this shadowy world of surveillance pricing. Our initial findings revealed that retailers across many industries can use third-party data brokers to build a comprehensive profile on you. They can track your location, your race, your income level, your past online purchases, your browser history, even your mouse movements on a web page featuring a video just like this one. They can then use your personal data against you to predict what they call your pain point, or the highest amount of money that you're willing to spend on a particular good or service. And unlike being in a physical store where you generally see the same price tag as everyone else, online shopping is an individualized experience. You might not even realize that you're being charged more than someone else for the exact same product. Now, it's true that some businesses have historically charged different prices for different segments of customers based on characteristics like age. Think senior citizens getting discounts at restaurants.
Boomers get everything, don't we?
But surveillance pricing is different. It's when businesses use your personal data, including about whatever is happening in your life on any given day, to set whatever price they think they can get away with charging. Imagine you're a new parent and your baby is sick. A corporation could charge you a higher price for a thermometer or medicine because they know that a new parent will be more desperate. Or maybe a loved one dies and you need to travel on short notice. You could be charged more for a plane ticket if you got an email about funeral arrangements. These surveillance practices are opaque, so we don't know the full extent of how our personal information is being used against us. But consumer watchdogs and researchers have identified some of the ways that corporations are already doing this. The Princeton Review reportedly charged more for test prep services to online customers from zip codes that contained higher Asian populations. Evidence shows that ride-sharing apps are charging different prices for the exact same rides at the exact same time. Why? It's not entirely clear, but researchers ran tests and found that riders with lower battery life on their phone were charged more. Travelers booking tickets on travel websites with IP addresses in the San Francisco Bay Area were charged up to $500 more per night for the exact same hotel rooms than travelers from less affluent cities, regardless of whether or not the buyer was actually wealthy. And some internet service providers in the US have reportedly been charging the same prices for lower internet speeds in poorer, less white neighborhoods. It's already clear that businesses have the incentive and ability to unleash surveillance pricing. So what can we do to stop corporations from using our personal data to rip us off? As we recommend in the report, the FTC should continue to investigate surveillance pricing practices because Americans deserve to know how their private data is being used. And with that research, lawmakers should consider passing stronger consumer protection and privacy laws that protect us from this type of price discrimination. Some states have already introduced bills that would ban surveillance pricing altogether. You can also take steps to try to limit how much data firms can collect on you, including by regularly clearing your search history and cookies or using a private browser or VPN. People have a right to know how their personal data is being used, and businesses shouldn't be able to weaponize our own data against us, charging each of us a different price just because they can.
That's a wow right there, brother.
Bruh.
You know.
That's a coffee moment right there, bruh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. These
That's a
things,
coffee moment.
smartphones, these things right here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. It's the reason why they call them smartphones.
Take me back to the flip phone, bruh.
Exactly. Or take me, dial up. Take me back to
I know, right?
yeah.
That part.
Yeah,
Bruh.
brother. Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yes,
That is scary, man. That they
scary.
can do that mess, man.
Mm.
But if you think about it, man, they did the same. The government does the same thing. They redline you as far as your zip code. You stay in a certain zip code, you can pay more insurance. So they got it from the big boy. You know,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So, but that's what you're up against, man. That's why you do have to be very vigilant about your digital footprint. You know,
But
definitely
that's
when you do
why
your
we
searches.
also got to be smarter consumers.
That's it, man.
It's like, look, I'm not buying that for that. No.
No.
Mm-mm.
But you know, in the age of convenience and quick, man, we tend not to do our research. We tend not to be, just want to get it done. But man, I researched something to Jesus come back before I
exactly. Like, no, that ain't. But you see why now you get the ads you get when you go searching for something, and then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, all kind of stuff be popping up on the same thing you just saw. And
that's
you
how
like,
it
where
comes
did
out,
this
man.
come from?
Yeah, man. That's how that thing comes up, man. So it's and at the end of the day, man, the thing about it is folks who have gotten this thing of convenience. We've gotten so used to technology that we've gotten very lax with it, as far as like even with AI and stuff like that, man. Gotten very lax with it, and so we just think it's common. And so when you think of something that just becomes common, you don't even think about it anymore. It doesn't bother you. But even paying at the kiosk, man, when me and baby went to get something to eat, and instead of bringing me a check and all that good stuff, she just pay at the kiosk right down the table. I'm like, say what now? I said, say what now?
What I'm paying? I'm paying that.
And so then when I got the kiosk, the little thing, and this thing is running ads and stuff like this. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Right.
So I mean, so when you're looking at how things go, bro, they are making this thing so that you are totally dependent on technology, to the degree that, yeah, man, your stuff is out there. You buy one thing online, man, your stuff, you are now out in the web forever.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
It's wild, man. It's really wild.
Well, now for our next topic. FAMU.
More of the rattlers.
More of the rattlers. Now, not only are they going to get a new president, of course, a Republican governor kind of put her there. But even she's got to still go through the governing board, right?
So they say.
Okay, but the governing board is put there by the governor.
That boy.
Okay, so it's already a done deal. They just got to go through the formality. But now you have the FAMU AD. She turns herself in for fraud. Like, what is going on? I mean, FAMU going through right now, brother.
They're going through, man.
It
goes back to character player,
There
That's
she
all I
is.
can. And she's so cute.
But cute.
She's so
But
cute.
cute, you can't fight. You can't fight fraud with cute, brother.
Bro, nah. That skin is colored, nah.
Colored, doc. Colored.
Oh, baby.
And they said she was in charge of let me see here. Let me go down here.
$74 billion.
$74 billion. Now she gets caught up, right? But she gets caught up for just under. Now check this out. She's under 100,000.
That boy.
But you managing $74 billion.
$74 billion, baby. Come on, man. If you're gonna go big, go home. That's all I'm saying. I mean, go big go over. Not
Now we don't
$100,000.
advocate you doing this.
Yeah, we don't do that now. But
But
come
now,
on,
since you
sister.
down that path, since you down that road,
Come on, sister.
you take
74.
like what a nickel of the 74 billion.
That's all it is, man.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, baby. But
come on.
see, that's what I'm saying. Stick your fingers.
So again, HBCUs, watch out. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man.
They coming.
No,
And
they
coming
already
to take the HBCUs out of here, Doc.
they there, man. They are already there. You know, they setting up for the okie doke.
And then they're gonna put people in certain positions that look like you.
That's how I always do it.
But their agenda is different from you.
All about that money, man.
It's all about that money, all about that dollar.
Yeah, man. Because most of these HBCUs, man, are sitting on prime real estate, man. Prime real estate.
Prime, Doc. And
you look at how
trying to get that real estate for years.
That's what it is, man. You know, if you look at the major hit as far as HBCUs, they're sitting on prime property.
Right.
And the sad thing about it, again, now it's a double-edged sword. You know, when you're looking at the alumni of Black institutions,
right?
We're both products of it. However, we have not matriculated through the income brackets that the other colleges have been able to do, you know. So we're not in that space of being able to give back and give those, $1 million check here, $4 million check here. So when you're looking at the dependency on HBCUs as far as funding, that arm over there is very hampered. It's very disabled if you look at it. So that's there. However, you still got a trove of heavy hitters as far as Blacks in, whether it's entertainment, again, whether it's sports, stuff like that, man, that could really subsidize in that area and become more of a philanthropic situation there that I don't think HBCU have really tapped into or tried to tap into. So if you're alluding toward FAMU as far as this new president that they're trying to stick in there, the only reason that girl is there is because she said she can get funded. You know, that's the only reason why she's there.
I don't see it, man. I don't see it though.
Sister Kate. That part.
You're not gonna get the funding that no, you're not gonna get the funding like a Harvard would. And then in that situation, even when Trump stopped the funding, Harvard began to fight Trump because they got the money to.
Man, their endowment, they sitting on old money.
Old money,
When I say old money, I mean old money.
You talk about $80 to $100 million of endowments, man.
Yeah, man. They're not concerned about funding.
No.
Now, that funding is nothing but cream on the crop as far as a Harvard or a Stanford and a Columbia. That's just cream on the crop. But when you're looking at how deep those pockets run, player, please, that you're not gonna put a dent into that.
No.
So that's what that is, man. So of course, you're not even in the same sphere with PWIs as it relates to HBCUs. You're not even in the same sphere because you don't have those kind of deep pockets. And that's where HBCUs now are running into some serious problems because even FAMU just lost that $16 million as far as their pharmacy arm. So you're snatching money here, you're snatching money there, and then when your student body is starting to decrease, it's because unfortunately both Black and white, people are not going to college anymore because you can't afford it. That's the problem. You can't afford it.
You can't afford it.
So it's a dynamic of certain things are now drying up, but because you didn't retool yourself, you didn't put yourself in the AI mode, you didn't put yourself into constructional science, stuff like that, because you didn't start doing that stuff early in the game. Now you're trying to work the same arm that's no longer there. It's not there. So I don't know how, and I pray some way in there, but I don't know how they're going to make this change unless you do some really strategic bringing in some heads that will give you the real FYI on what you need to do. And then that board, whether it's a FAM or whether it's a Morris Brown or whatever, they're going to do some serious retooling, man, because again, they are so far from the line. It's just pitiful.
Because this is going to be really interesting, and we got to keep up with how FAM goes, because it's like they're putting this plant president in, and nobody on the board. Well, I'm not going to say the board, but the alumni actually don't want her there.
No.
But the board though voted her in.
Because again, the board is a plant. You had a board member who was just voted in the same day.
Yeah.
That voted on the president. How you do that?
Now her asking price, her starting price was $750,000.
That boy.
But they negotiated with her, and she got $650,000. But you ought to see the incentives that go along with that. That says, she still got the $750,000.
And then you took the negotiation from the chair and gave it to this newbie over here.
Exactly.
That boy.
Who does
Come on,
that?
man.
Come on, man.
That's it.
Plant. Set up.
It's a setup.
Set up.
But again, man.
So fam, you alumni, I understand. I feel y'all pain, and I know y'all wanna protest, y'all wanna march. But guess what? It's already a done deal. It's done.
Yeah.
It's done. It's really truly done.
Yeah, because again, man, I mean, it's good to have school pride. I mean, I'm guilty as charged. It's good to have school pride.
Right.
But as the scripture says, money answereth all things. That's the problem, player.
That's the problem.
So and if you're looking at from that dynamic, man, no, I mean, you can wear your orange and green all you want, but unless you put some dollars on the table, this is not gonna go anywhere for you.
Nope.
So
the thing about it is, you better watch what she's doing. Watch her. But
all I can say is, may the Lord be with you.
You got the board plans too, so you got to watch out for that one too. So
yeah. I mean, you can just look at it. I'm not taking nothing away from the sister, but you can just look at her resume and tell she's not ready for, again, a collegiate level president. She's not ready for that.
Nope. Okay.
The woman ain't having an advanced degree. Come on, man.
Exactly.
You got to have the advanced degree even to teach on the collegiate level. So how you gonna have your boss ain't even on your same level? I mean, I'm just saying, it just somebody that just don't go over my head too good, bro.
Uncommon sense.
There's a lot of it.
A lot of it.
There's a lot of it, man.
This topic here, my brother.
Oh, Lord.
Trump announces $1,000 government funding accounts for American babies.
Okay.
$1,000.
Believe it if you want to.
Now, brother, right now, what is the actual requirement for this, and can anyone touch this money, or how long can people touch this money, or what? What's
again? This is a part of the big beautiful bill, and so you got a lot of stuff they're working at. But the main thing about it is you can't touch them until the 18th or 25th birthday. So off limits on that. The other thing about it has to be invested into a particular equity fund. That part right there. Second part about the families are not even custodians over this.
What?
You get where I'm going with this now.
Hey, what now?
You get where I'm going with this now. So you're going to have the government put a $1,000 fund in your child's name, and you don't control it. You can't touch it, even for emergency purposes. You can't touch it. And even when you're looking at the index funds, as far as when they put it in the equity fund that they're going to put it in,
Right.
one of the financial analysts said, well, it's going to grow to probably $8,000 at best in 20 years. So that's all you get is $8,000 in 20 years.
$8,000.
Yeah, we can beat that easily with the mutual fund.
So they say.
So they say.
Right. Because you don't know how much is going to grow within those 20 some years.
And you don't know, again, particularly what kind of fund and where that money is going when they put it in there. You don't control it. You can't even touch the child is 18, 25 years of age. So again, these are dynamics and the semantics that folks, you can put anything out there as a blurb. But when you start pulling back that onion peel and saying what this stuff really is, you be like, wait a minute, player.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, but it's the same thing, man. When you give your money to a brokerage firm or whatnot, you give it to them, they invest it, they might give you 12% return, and they're getting 25 off of it. So when you're looking at all the dynamics of it to it, you're still coming out on the lower end of the totem pole. But when you're not the custodian over these situations, that's a red flag for me. When I was securities licensed, you need to know where your money is going, how you control it, how you can touch it, You had to have some kind of control over all your portfolio.
Right,
I don't see how this is giving the control back into, again, families. And again, this is a pilot program. So from 2020, a pilot. So from 2025 to 2028, this pilot program is supposed to be in launch. So I'm just thinking about how many babies you're going to have between now and 2028 and what families qualify. So every single baby?
Every single baby?
Even the babies in the hood.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
They in America. So I'm just saying, the babies in the hood.
And Linda Green says the birth will cost at least 3 to 4 times of that.
Shoot, the birth, even the conception.
Yeah.
Even the conception costs you more.
Yeah.
So no, man. I don't know. But again, when you look at the semantics, you can sell it. But I mean,
but look at the key words you just said. Pilot program.
Yeah, it was a pilot.
So all we need is like 3 years of this.
Yes. But that is a selling card. Again, I'm just saying what babies qualify. What's the qualification? Right. Every single baby in America that's born in 2025 into 2028.
$1,000.
People have babies just to get that.
You can't touch it.
But you can't touch it to the baby 28 or 25. So what you go do that? So like I said, man, it makes.
And then they're gonna give you this interest rate that's it's gonna grow up to $8,000. So they're gonna give you that interest rate to where it says, okay, we'll give you $8,000.
Yeah, next to nothing, man. It has
How
to be
much does it
invested.
cost to go to school? More than $8,000.
Almost, yeah. Cost me $30,000 a year to go to Payne College, man. That was back in the boondog days. So it's. So again, man, when you're looking at the semantics of things, I think this is why when you're looking at this quote unquote big beautiful bill, which I don't know why you would call that unless you just have no kind of education at all. But they got this thing in there for us, 10-year AI thing where no state can regulate AI for 10 years. That's in the bill. So
but you know why that is.
I know. But I'm saying, so you're saying in this bill that no state can regulate AI for 10 years. That's in this quote unquote big beautiful bill. It's beautiful, all right, but it's more beautiful.
It's more
emphasis on
boo. And we all know that little boy on Facebook. Oh, you know what that little boy said.
That boy famous, man. I'm trying to tell you, boy, it fit.
That's right. You said.
Just put that thing on repeat, brother.
That sound effect. Yeah, I need to get this sound. I'm gonna get the sound effect.
You do, right?
That what we're gonna play for now.
Yeah, so we can be free. We didn't say it, the baby said
please don't be a guest on the show because we definitely gonna run it if you get on the
floor. So dude, come on with it.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
Man. So
that's why this man right here, the Tennessee Republican Mark Green,
he said,
I'm resigning from Congress. I'm out of here because this big beautiful bill, I'm not gonna be responsible for this when I go back to my state. Because you see now in some of the town halls, people are going ham, Doc.
You think they even got your girl Marjorie Green because again she gonna say she didn't know it was in the bill. Really, baby, really?
You big dummy.
Dummy.
You didn't read the bill. You just went off of what Trump told you to just vote.
They didn't read nothing. They didn't read nothing, man. They just pushed the button. But yeah, when you look in that Green, when he said he had an opportunity in the private sector, he couldn't pass up. Really?
Come on now.
Really now. Come on man. Didn't say what it was. Just simply said it's in the private sector. He couldn't pass it up.
Green said, I'm just tired of this because anytime I say something, I can't go against Trump. And if I go against Trump, he's going to try to ruin me. So I might as well go back to the private sector.
But they know what it is, man. I mean, every Republican, every congressman know that bill right there is trash, man. But for some reason, they're trying to get it through there. And I want to see what's getting ready to happen in the Senate. That's where you're going to really see if somebody got some backbone.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to see they got backbone. Because even in the bill, it has stipulation there where now Trump can go against what the judges say. That's in there. That he can circumvent the courts. That's in there.
That's crazy, man.
So I mean, if you look, bro, that's the whole idea, man. It's not about, even when you're talking about the taxes, you still overtime still getting taxed. That's in there.
Right.
Tips still getting taxed. That's in there.
Giving this dude all the power.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But see, the thing about it again, Jay, for some reason, folks don't recognize this is not about Trump.
No.
This is the most asinine thing about this. This cat, if we survive, is only there for 3 more years. We barely getting through this year, but he's on there for 3 more years. So it's not about him. It's the regime they're trying to set up beyond the Trump years.
Right.
That's what this is, man. They're stacking this stuff for years to freaking come. This is not about the immediate.
No.
And so that what is sickening in this situation is you're putting all this emphasis on this guy who's temporary. He's a temporary fixture. You got to look at what somebody trying to set up for years. This is stuff that you're going to be trying to unravel, like you said, man, for centuries. And that is the freaking truth. Because who knows what's going to come down 3 years from now? If we in June and all, how you going to send the National Guard to California and circumvent the governor who has to order that?
Exactly.
Make it make sense. How you going to now bring in 700 Marines?
Like you got a war zone going on.
But dude, again, when you're looking at the Constitution, it says military cannot operate on U.S. soil.
Right.
So how you got to operate on? They operate on U.S. soil. You're sending Navy destroyers to the south border.
To the south border. Come on.
For what?
For what?
If an immigrant is trying to come over the water, I'm pretty sure you don't need a Navy destroyer to blow them out the water.
You better get you some drones, brother.
You got immigrants coming on these little rafts and stuff like that. You don't need no Navy ship for that.
This is what the Oval Office look like, bro.
I don't.
This is what the Oval Office look like. Okay.
Boy.
But if you see the Oval Office, right? Trump is the figurehead. Trump is the pin pusher. That's all he is. But look in the background.
Yeah.
There's 2 guys back there that's telling him everything to do. Trump is the puppet, and they are the puppet master.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
And your boy Stephen Miller,
Stephen Miller,
whew, boy,
bruh,
that man is evil on 10-time term.
10 times.
So
And you talking about him calling on the military in California and Los Angeles and what he do?
Mm-hmm.
This is what a Trump America looks like right now. Hold up, let me run the beautiful beam footage here.
Please do, brother. Please do.
After hours of standing off, this situation has now rapidly deteriorated. The LAPD moving in on horseback, firing rubber bullets at protesters, moving them on through the heart of LA. You just shut the fuck up.
You okay?
I'm good.
Now there's a reporter just got shot.
Yeah.
Just like that. You see, the protesters don't even have guns.
That boy. It's all right. Mm-hmm.
What the hell are we doing?
Man, this is a trial run, man. Martial law. This is a trial run.
Martial law. You got it.
This is a trial run. I'm telling you, man. This is what they want. This is a trial run. And I'm telling you, man, what's getting ready to happen. The next thing you got to watch is because he's using terms now. He calling this insurrection. Yeah. He's throwing them terms out there. Okay. 5 of your Proud Boys. Then already filed lawsuit against the talk about it, boy.
For 100 million.
Holla at your boy.
So let's see how much they're gonna get.
How much they gonna get? You settled the case with the other young lady.
At least they might get 30.
But see, bro, that's what I'm saying. If you use taxpayers to pay them off,
right?
Come on, man.
Come on, now.
This is what
you
we're
already
going.
done paid one lady off.
$5 million.
$5 million, and that was quietly done.
But again, if you settle with these 5 here, you pardon 1,500.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
You call this an insurrection. You call this right here insurrection.
And you call January 6th a day of love. Okay. So if these 5 Proud Boys, if they settle, you got 1,500 more behind the scenes waiting to file them papers. And if you think they ain't gonna file, you need Jesus.
See, bro, that's why I'm trying to tell. That's why I'm trying to tell Jamal Bryant, bro, this ain't got nothing to do with no Target, no Dollar General.
You can't tell Jamal Bryant.
Leave that alone.
There's low-hanging fruit.
Bro, it's low-hanging fruit, but what fruit? You got
he just grabbed
why is he messing with them?
He just grabbing the tree limb, man.
Yeah.
But that's just Jamal.
Come on.
But see, man, again, when you're looking at distractions and you're looking at, give them that. Keep them over there. And let them have their moment in the sun over there.
Let them play with Target and Dollar General over there.
Yeah. Over there.
Over there. Yeah.
And while they're over there, we're gonna be over here.
That's a big, beautiful bill.
Right. That's gonna tell you from the rooty to the tooty.
Because man, I saw on on the Sunday news, sometimes they have the Sunday news and they had Warnock come on, as a guest, right? It was Meet the Press. So Warnock comes on Meet the Press, right? The first thing he talk about, yes, I'm so glad to be here because I'm on my way to church. Okay. That's not what they asked you. That's not why they got you on here. Okay. They got you on here to ask you about this big, beautiful bill. Can you say anything of intelligence?
No.
To where you can even make an argument why this bill should not pass and for what reasons?
No.
Oh, I'm just here to do what the people put me here to do, and we're here to uphold the justice for the people. What?
Nope. Yeah.
Are we serious?
And this surprises you?
No, it did. It didn't surprise me, but it made me angry all at the same time. Because I'm like, dude, can you talk intelligently to this woman that's asking you about this bill?
Okay,
but you giving me religious rhetoric?
Okay, ask yourself a question.
Okay.
Since Warnock has been up there,
Nothing.
what has he said?
Zero.
What has he done? Okay. So
Zero.
what? So again, we're not throwing the brother on the bus. I'm just asking you to read the resume. And if you pull what he's done since he's been up there to now.
Okay. Okay.
Even before Trump. All right. When you're looking at quote unquote black issues, what has he done?
Nothing. Zero.
Even that's Trump. What has he done?
Nothing.
Even when this stuff comes out.
He riding on the tail about getting insulin prices at a low price. He riding that tail. And I laugh and you laugh because we already know what the deal is.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So dude.
It's like this.
Yeah. Crickets. That right there. That's that's what you want in your life, boy. You need them sound effects. Player. So that's what it is, man. And again, I'm not throwing anybody on the bus. I'm not trying to trash anybody. But Warnock, you're just holding the seat, bro. Because again, Warnock is trying to play it safe. You know, he doesn't want to quote unquote tick anybody off.
Right.
Because he knows the black vote can't keep him there.
Right.
That's the reality.
Right.
You know, and so Ebenezer can't keep him there.
Right.
You know? So just being real. So when you're looking at this thing from a statewide issue,
right.
Warnock has got to play it safe, and that's all he's doing. So he will not say anything threatening. He will not come out and say anything as far as substance in reference to the bill because he has not read it. He don't know what's in there. You will see your usual suspects, Elizabeth Warren. You see your again Speaker of the House. You will see your usual suspects, but you're not going to see anybody in it. They might let Tim Scott out the cage.
No, they ain't gonna let him do that. They ain't gonna let them do that. You know that. And he's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do that.
Well, he's gonna speak for the bill.
Oh, of course.
I don't know.
He gonna speak for
it. When a black man tells a white man, "We just love you," well, I just love you. see, somebody, anybody should have snatched that black car and said, "Bro, don't you ever come to the cookout ever again? Just don't even look toward the cookout way." So I don't know, man. But it's again, you're still in the same arena, and until you get some real people with some real backbone, there, it's not gonna happen, player. It's not gonna happen. Sorry to tell you.
Then we got a real national security that's out now. The red alert and everything ought to be out right now on this dude right here. RFK Jr. Remove 17
red alert
vaccine commit. Red alert. Get him out of here.
Is it cold red, man?
Cold red. Let's do something. Do something like air horn or something. You know, something.
That brother said cold red.
Cold red.
Okay.
Cold red. How you gonna get rid of 17 people off the vaccine committee and you can't replace them at all? Now you're the only one that's on that committee.
And this surprises you.
But then your boy goes, pulls off the nominee from being Surgeon General, and nominates somebody else.
Yes.
That does not have the resume nor the pedigree.
Yes.
Nor the experience. What was that? She majored in
Hmm?
What was that? She majored in pseudoscience.
She majored in
Pseudoscience.
that's what. Yeah, she started residency in surgery, but she said because of the pressure and the intensity, she walked away from it. So she became a practitioner of what they call functional medicine, which are tactics or alternative medicine that have not been actually proven. Matter of fact, most of them have been proven to be a bunch of that. And so she's into the pseudoscience of quote unquote medicine. So she's into functional medicine, my brother.
Now, this is what pseudoscience is: a collection of beliefs or practices unmistakably regarded as being based on scientific method. So her stuff ain't been proven.
Like most of them up there. You know. So but this is your next Surgeon General.
The next surgeon. This.
Now again, they come against DEI, right?
Yeah.
It looks like to me every person he bringing in is a DEI. It's a DEI, man.
Yeah, exactly.
DEI.
DEI.
So yeah, that's DEI all day long, man.
Yeah, you got the Secretary
none
of
of them
Defense, you got that, you got RFK Jr.
I'm still trying to say RFK. How you gonna put him over the health department? Really? A man,
and he can't even hardly talk.
Talk. Okay.
It's 2 hours
before you and the good Lord. I could be in the meeting that man. I have to look at bro. Just write it. That boy, just write it down, bro. Just write it down. Send me a text or something.
Text.
Just write it down, bro.
Type it out, man. Type it out.
Type it out.
Let AI do your talking.
Bro, come on.
Oh my goodness.
But I mean, again, man, when you want to jack up a population, the first thing you gotta do, man, is remove the guardrails. And that's exactly what they're removing the guardrails, man.
They remove
and every one of them. And so for RFK to put out this report that now he's getting ragged on, that now they done pushed up on the rug, that he had falsified information in this report as far as this AHA that he called it, make America healthy again, really. This report he put out, they even the White House tried to clean it up, saying, there was information that they got to go in there and verify, yada yada yada. Okay, really. In other words, he put out some bull shite that you got to clean up.
Right.
But it's all these crackpots, man. He has nothing. Anybody in there, if you look at his particular cabinet or his particular line, they're all conspiracy theories. They're all talking about, again, these dynamics of stuff that has not been proven. It's just something in their head, and they're fleshing out. Now they got a budget to do it. That's the problem. Now you got the American people's money that you can run through, and bring in a memes who does not have the qualifications at all.
Not at
someone who deals in who's in pseudo medicine, really, and you got her as your surgeon and your top doctor. Just like you got your top guy.
But you're gonna solve autism by September.
He better hurry up. You about 4 months out, player.
Oh, he already recanted on that, doc. He already recanted already.
No, we're gonna hold it but to the fire. KBC and me.
That's right.
KBC and me. That part right there, player.
I want the antidote. I want to know how to cure it.
Come September. Come September, they better have a god dang it. Or KBC is gonna do a full investigation in that one.
We gonna tell them, please type.
I'll be your writer.
Please type his statements to us.
Son of a.
We can't let him come on the show.
Man. But no. Well, I mean, they pushed the measles situation up on the rug, man. You ain't hearing too much from that. You let it sip out a little bit, but You ain't hear nothing from that, man. You had this major recall on eggs. You ain't heard nothing from that from the FDA. So I mean, Doc, when you look at the stuff, man, that's coming down the pike and how in the dark we actually are, it is
Right.
frequently scary, man.
How we get salmonella on
If you
eggs?
think about it,
How we get
I don't
salmonella
know,
on
but they got
eggs?
20 million. But they got 20 million, man. They trying to bring back into the fold. So you better check them gardens.
Better
You
check
know,
them.
but CJ, when you really think about it, man, and like you're saying, when you fire an entire board of 17 professionals and you do not have replacements, so who's operating that space with this big old board? Who's doing that joint
Right. Right. Him.
now? Okay,
Him
that's
only.
why I'm thankful to God. Yeah, I'm thankful I have no children that needs vaccination because it's not gonna happen.
It's not going to happen.
What's
Not with him.
not going on there?
Not with him.
No, I don't know what they're doing, man.
Yeah.
And Cassie,
Ooh,
shit,
Lord.
boy, you better.
Uh,
It's man, it's total chaos.
Total
You
chaos.
don't know what's you don't know what's going down the pike, man. But this is what they wanted.
Yeah.
Just like they created California, man.
They did.
They needed
They
California.
did.
Yeah.
And they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They needed California.
Yeah.
This is all the case they've been looking for, player. They've been looking for it.
Yep.
And
Yep.
when your boy Hexef went before Congress, to try to justify what they were doing and why they was doing it,
Oh,
this
yeah. I
cat couldn't
saw
say
that
nothing.
today,
He couldn't
man. I
pull
was
in
like,
one statute that said they were out.
no.
But see, again, none of your career heavy hitters are saying anything from the Senate to the Congress. Your Mitch McConnell's, because again, they know they created a beast that they can't slay. You can't slay it now.
No.
You gotta let this sucker out. You gotta let this sucker either eat itself until it dies, or that thing run against something's gonna take it out.
And
But
then they've been bought, bro. They've been bought.
That's why I
They've
miss you
been bought.
retiring. All it.
Yeah.
Tellison's getting out of there. Green
Yeah.
getting out of. You can look at it. It's a telltale sign, man. All of them, like, I holler.
I holler.
I holler.
Because I ain't going
You
through
know?
all this. Because you can even see that in their town hall situations. People are so upset, man. People act like they about to tear that place up.
Oh, bro, it's finna get ugly.
It's gonna get ugly.
It's finna get ugly, especially when you go in these rural areas, man, and they have gutted these utility programs and again food assistance programs, and they've gutted these suckers, man. They've gutted them.
Gutted them.
And now you fooling with education, autism and stuff, bruh. These food programs that like in Tennessee, man, that depend on the free food programs and it's inside these schools, and you done gutted that. Oh boy, it's about to be a power cake, man.
About to be a power cake.
But that's what they.
Explode.
But that's what they want, man.
Yeah.
They need total chaos to do what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
It's controlled chaos, man. It's what it is, and so that's just why again, I'm baffled as to why your Warnocks or whomever it is, why you're not saying. I don't need where Barbara Waters is she still up there?
Man, Barbara trying, man. She trying, bro.
Poor baby.
What
she by herself?
Yeah, yeah. That she part of the angry, the angry black woman.
Angry black woman.
Yeah. She's part of that.
Okay,
part of that group.
What Cory Booker? What Cory Booker at?
Well, he done did his 24 hours, 25 hours on the floor.
He did his last stand.
That was his last stand.
Booker's last stand. That's what that is.
That was it.
Okay, I'm just
asking.
Well, player.
Yeah,
this is what I'm saying, man.
Corey out.
So
they let him talk for 25 hours, and that was it.
And that was it. Okay,
that was it.
You've had your say, and good night.
Good night.
So I mean, again, bro, when you look at the real deal, man, it like I said, we laugh, but it is honestly a very terrifying moment because you don't know what's going on as far as behind the scenes.
Because if
they are controlling.
Look at it though, right? You also look at it you see that the Supreme Court are slowly letting Trump do what he want to do. They won't go out there and just say, okay, you can do it. But it's like, a ruling come from the lower courts. And then all of a sudden, the Supreme Court would not allow the lower courts to hold Trump accountable for this or that. They slowly allow him to do what he wants to.
And again, it's all about if you look at your boy Thomas, which I know Thurgood wish he get his hands on him. Thurgood would probably kill that man for real.
Yeah.
If you look at the favors that those boys can call in on Thomas, all the stuff that Thomas, took part in, the planes, the yachts, the vacations, them boys bought that man hook, line, and sinker. They know they own Thomas.
Yeah.
So there is no mistaking where he's going to land. I don't care what you try to do in this thing.
Right.
They know they bought that man hook, line, and sinker. And I'm not saying, I mean, even the best scholars have said the same thing about Thomas, that he's tainted goods because of what he's done. Right. So when you're looking at, again, behind the scenes, what the deal is, the power brokers, man, knew who to get into the bed with them. They knew who to side with. Right. And the rest is history.
Rest is history.
So I don't know what your court's gonna do.
Uncommon sense.
And John Roberts is just
yeah. But you know,
so well, I've already sent my letter to Stevie Wonder's camp and asked them, can I possibly get a villa next to Stevie in Guyana? And I'm waiting for a call back.
See, Trump don't even ban that. You can't go over there.
Dang, man. So, this is sad.
Just sad, Doc. This is sad.
This is sad. But I'm still got my letter to Steve. I'm gonna say, look at Steve.
He might get you over here somehow, some way, but
good luck with that.
But just watch yourself. Watch yourself.
Hey, bro. Yeah. Lion, tigers, and bears are better than what I'm going through right here. Because of I take my chance with a lion.
Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. right here on TheTrueVision.net and also SinceYouAsked.com. It's been a pleasing pleasure right here on Uncommon Sense Podcast. See you next week.